4th down, the final play, unless they can stick it in the end zone. Dorsey under pressure, throws it, incomplete. The Buckeyes win.
Ezekiel Elliott, and he's got an opening. Elliott off to the races. Can they catch him?
Feature the two backs as receivers, and now a downfield shot on first down for the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State strikes first. Making the judgments again, and there is Smith running free, breaks a tackle. Ohio State strikes quickly from 45 yards. Pressure comes. Troy, knock it out, and picks it up. Jack Troy, coming down the sidelines. Ohio State scoop and score. And dagger from 82 yards.
Here they come.
Heavy pressure, Howard delivers downfield, and Smith, he's got it! Jeremiah Smith, 2025 College Football National Champion, Coach Ryan Day, and the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Welcome in, Buckeye backers. We are bringing it to you live from Seattle, Washington, to the cornfields of Enid, Ohio. We are the pulse of Buckeye fans across the nation, with Seattle Matt and Buckeye Steve. Hey, what is up, Buckeye backers? We are back for another show. Hey, we had the running backs. We had Carlos Locklyn, the running back coach, today inside the Woody, and man, it did not disappoint. But today we got Cody Croy, new to Buckeye backers, joining us for a little bit of riding and starting the podcast train. So what's up, man?
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
All right. So you watched all those interviews today?
I did. There was a lot of good stuff that we learned today. For
Absolutely.
Sure.
But before we get there, tell us about our man in the NFL, TreVeyon Henderson. Man, had himself a day that's not over yet.
Not over yet, but man, he couldn't have started it off any better. 100-yard kickoff return, very first play of the game. That's how you make your mark in the NFL.
It doesn't get much better than that, does it? Hey, I think I might have that actually. So I'm going to try to go ahead and share that with y'all because it is worth seeing for sure. Let me see if I can get the right one here. Boom. Good. There. We got to watch that, man.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
That's our boy. Here we go.
It's coming out. There's your speed depth. There it
Look
goes.
at that.
There he goes.
TreVeyon Henderson to the house, baby.
It's already a new season. Oh my God, the number 2 draft pick.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
That's just absolutely crazy. That is everything that you would have ever thought as a Buckeye fan. Like, if you want to see your boys do good in the NFL, that is exactly how you start the show.
You know, I thought it was really reminiscent of the playoff game where he just came out. It was kind of, before that, it was kind of gloomy, and he completely changed the tone.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he started it. It was reminiscent to me of that first touchdown that he had. It wasn't a kickoff return, obviously, but in Minnesota, man, he took that ball on the screen and just took it to the house. And we were just all like, whoa, we got a dog as a freshman, man. And now the rookie does the same thing, shows his speed.
Welcome to the NFL, man.
Yeah, there's no better welcome than that. But, hey, talking about running backs, all right, we transitioned from the Buckeyes in the NFL. He's gone. What are we replacing him with? Hey, man, I think this room is good. I really think this room is good. We got ourselves a little situation there. We got they gave themselves nicknames already. What did you think?
Sonic and Knuckles. I mean,
Sonic and Knuckles, man. How I got that too. We're gonna do a lot of videos today, so bear with me if you're listening, but you'll be able to hear it. So let's check out Sonic and Knuckles, man. Boom, there it is. Share Sonic and Knuckles.
Knuckles, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, man. We both run hard, and we know he's 6'2", 230. I'm excited to see what he's gonna bring and how we're gonna be able to feed off each other.
You're Sonic.
Yeah.
I love that. 6'2", 230. That's a big boy.
Oh, that's a huge boy, and he lost a bunch of weight, man. He took off some pounds. He talked about it. So we're talking about Sonic being James Peoples, fast, quick, ready to hit the hole and take it to the house. I talked about it on the last podcast. When we were at practice, he took a sweep, a toss left, down to the house, right? And you don't see a lot of tosses in the NFL in major college football going to the house.
Yeah.
And it happened in practice, man. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
So he has that speed. And CJ Donaldson, saw a lot of screen passes to him in the practices that I've been to, but those were, they were working on short yardage. They were getting and like small pass plays. They weren't doing a lot of the big pass plays. So that might have just been a product of what they were working on at the time. But he got a lot of screen passes and the fact that he was a wide receiver before at West Virginia in Morgantown. So Peoples is a really good interview. Listen to him talk. He seems like he's ready for the real deal, to carry the water, as they would say. He did say that Carlos Locklyn was really giving him more instruction, being a little bit harder on him this year than he was last year, because he probably is going to be the guy to carry the water, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you look at his physical transformation, he's huge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his physical transformation from year one to year two, he seems to be that kind of guy that's going to take over the reins of Judkins and Henderson. So I'm really excited to see it. I think he's really talented. So.
And he got asked a lot about Texas because he's from Texas. Like, he came in, Texas was on his list of places to go. But he grew up a Buckeye fan. He was watching Buckeyes on Saturday. They asked him, his parents were Ohio State fans. So it was pretty much a foregone conclusion he was going to Ohio State, even though he grew up in Texas.
I did not know that. Did not know that.
Yeah, that was one thing cool today that we kind of learned. So I think he's said it before, but for some reason today it stuck a little bit more with me. So all these Texas guys that come to Ohio State, I wrote an article about it a long time ago, they just seem to transform, man. They always do well at Ohio State. They're always one of the best players on the team, and they fit in the culture, right? Because I think the culture in Texas is a little bit similar to the Midwest, meaning you're like kind of a little bit like just an open book, but yes sir, no sir type of thing, and just being a legit person. I want to say like straight shooter almost, like
genuine,
exactly how it is, but genuine. Yeah. And don't mess with them. All right.
Right.
And they always do well. And that's even more fun. I mean, I really am looking forward to James Peoples doing well, hitting that hole, taking that one cut into the house, because, he's got that Ohio connection and that Texas pipeline that we're trying to establish, at Ohio State.
Yeah. I mean, I think the sky's the limit for him and Donaldson as a tandem, Donaldson's incredibly talented also.
Absolutely. And then we got to get into Donaldson a little bit, because Donaldson, he did say, I'll take that. I'll be Knuckles. I'll do all the dirty work. He can get all the flash and be the personality. So that was kind of cool to hear that from Donaldson. But what more, you concentrated on Donaldson a little bit. I was actually in front of Peoples filming him when he was doing his interview. So what do you got on Donaldson?
I mean, I thought it was interesting. He said that he played with Jeremiah Smith and Brandon Ennis in high school. I assume, is that the South Florida Express or?
Yeah, I would assume that too. I don't actually know. That's something I would need to look up. Yeah, and maybe that's something we Google real quick. But South Florida Express, man, that team just absolutely stacked, man.
Hard to get better than that team. Goodness gracious.
Absolutely. But do you think this Sonic and Knuckles thing is going to stick?
Oh, 100%. 100%. I'd say week one, you're going to have signs and like costumes.
Oh, yeah. Oh yes, people need to start dressing up as Sonic and Knuckles. That's awesome. That'd be sweet.
Buckeye faithful's going to show up.
Oh, they'll pull through. They always do. Like that's reminiscent of going back to the Oklahoma days and that sign that said basic defense. I don't know if you were following the Buckeyes at that point. How old are you?
I'm 18.
18. So you're a little younger. You may not have been following like real closely, but so Oklahoma, they had a defender or offensive guy. I can't even remember who it was that said Ohio State had a basic defense. We went down to Norman and just waxed them. So I basic defense, to heart. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
AZ Buckeye. I got to say that right. He is actually part of our network too, Buckeye backers. So he says Bo Jackson is going to have him a freshman year, much like Dallin Hayden had. He's going to be great third man to have in that room. You know what? I am beyond impressed with Bo Jackson. Absolutely beyond impressed. The dude is just so fun to watch. I said it before. I'll say it again. It was like watching Zeke Elliott as a freshman. Like, I just want to see more. Get that guy the ball. Let's watch it because it is phenomenal. Just different. Different is the best word. He's on a whole nother level than anyone else, and he could take that ball. He can power it, and he's got speed. Whatever you want, he's going to give it to you, man. I haven't seen him in the pass pro much yet, so I'd like to see how he's taking on those blocks, and maybe he's got a little bit to learn as far as the offense, but speed, power, moves, checks all the boxes.
I don't know a whole lot about him, admittedly, but I was really excited whenever we got him and picked him up. It's always good to add an Ohio guy and an Ohio back, and I'm really excited to see what he can do.
Absolutely. When you get an Ohio guy, it's nice to have that because they know the team up north, we got to be
right.
They know that already. It's born and bred, and they can help other people kind of come along to that. But the other thing about it is it's just nice to have that local talent, knowing history of Ohio State. But people need to know, and I'm sure this has been out there enough to know, he of no relation to the original Bo Jackson.
He is not. No,
he is not. So just so you're aware, that is not part of who he is. But he looks like he could be. Dude is chiseled for sure.
He's a big dude, that's for sure. Yeah,
big dude. So if we want to talk about him, I do have that too. Let me double check and see. Yeah, I got this one. So let me go ahead and share this with you. His interview, I got to ask him a question, and his eyes lit up after I asked this. Right. Make sure here. Got it. All right. A lot of videos today, so bear with us if you're watching or just listening and only on audio. Is there anyone on defense that's really jumping out at you when you're running the ball? I stopped sharing. Sorry. Let's try this again.
It's always there. You always feel him.
Sorry about that. Start all over. Is there anyone on defense that's really jumping out at you when you're running the ball?
Yeah, we can say K-Mac. K-Mac's has been a dog on the D line. He's been a problem the whole time. So fall camp.
Can you tell when you get the ball, K-Mac's on the other side?
Yeah, you can for sure.
Oh, yeah.
He's just his presence. His presence is always there. You always feel him 3 yards in the backfield, right in there.
Do you hear him as well?
Yeah, he'll let you know about it.
Yeah, so they're asking about all the senses, man. I'm like, dude, do you feel him? Do you smell him? Yeah, his presence is there, man. It's all over. 3 yards in the backfield. He's been a dog. That's what I saw. I thought, I made a post about it at practice. I was like, my goodness. Actually, I had to make it after because I wasn't allowed to make it during. But K-Mac, dude, beast. Absolute beast. I saw him coming through the line a couple times, and I was just like, my goodness, are we so lucky to have him. He looks more athletic, looks like he's going to be able to actually play some downs this year. And he's still 326 pounds.
Is he that big? Wow.
Yeah, dude, he can move too. He can absolutely move. And speaking of the defensive line, since we're on the subject, before we go back to Bo Jackson, Edric Houston at practice looked like he was practicing we just saw him coming in because they were coming into the indoor facility as we were doing the interviews. Looked like he was sweaty. Looked like he was getting after it.
Good.
Took off everything like everyone else does, and the trainers take it and wash and everything. Took off the knee brace, was walking just fine.
Good.
I was far away from him, but it didn't look like there was any swelling on that knee. No limp whatsoever. I think Edric Houston is back, practicing and doing well.
Good to hear.
So that
Love to hear
huge,
that.
absolutely huge. I think we're going to have him for Texas. I don't think that's going to be a problem at all.
I certainly hope so. I think that he's going to have a huge year. Huge year.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And it's a guy we're going to need. We're going to need him. But benefits. The benefits of that are the reps for those guys underneath them. And they got them. You know, Will Smith Jr. got his reps. All those guys really just, you know, they look good. I mean, maybe they weren't Edric Houston, but they still look good and they got the reps and were shining.
What can you say about Eric Mensah? How's he looking?
Eric Mensah, he looked really good in that student appreciation game, and he looked good doing reps in live. I don't think he got a lot of actual big plays, but he stood his own, you know,
okay.
and it hard to tell because, you were seeing some other guys playing a little bit more than him against the ones. So still good. Still good.
Okay. Yeah. I think I was really high on him coming out of high school.
Well, I do think he's gonna have a future for sure. He's definitely got a future at Ohio State. You know, I think it's gonna be another year or two till he's a major contributor, but he'll get in. He's gonna get in the rotation a little bit.
Cool.
So back to Bo Jackson, man. I just can't speak enough about this guy. Fun to watch, all around great player. It looks like, a freshman when you're interviewing him, but you ask him the right question, who stood out to you on defense? His eyes lit up. You start to show his personality. And to me, it seems like they're getting him in there early on interviews. They don't have to send a freshman out there because he's going to be the guy getting the interviews of the future. They know what a star he's going to be. So get him a little bit used to it, get used to, talking to the media, getting in the lights, getting the right answers out. Because imagine coming in as 18, 19 years old, and you have this spotlight, this gaggle of reporters around you all the time. Like you're just trying to pick your brain, trying to ask you questions that will make you answer something maybe the wrong way. He's quick. He gets his interviews over relatively quick because he speaks fast and he's ready to get it over with and move on. I think the boy just wants to play ball, which is cool. I can
definitely understand that.
How would you do like out there? Just you're trying to talk about yourself,
I mean, first of all, I couldn't even imagine the stress of playing football for the Ohio State Buckeyes, let alone sitting in front of the media and the fans and the expectations that are being put on you. And if you say the wrong thing, you could get crucified on social media. So the fact that he's doing as well as he is, I give him all the praise for that. That's unbelievable.
These guys, the youngness of these guys and the maturity at the same time, it is impressive to me. Physically, these freshmen came in and they were ready to play from the start. They come in looking like seniors. I mean, these guys look like they're ready to head off to the NFL. These freshmen, it's really impressive. It's hard to find something bad about this team. And every position group I go to, you talk to the linebackers. It was like, damn, these linebackers are good. They talked to James Laurinaitis. They talked to Arvell Reese this week. Sonny Styles doesn't get enough credit. This guy's, I think, a beast. I think he's going to go down as one of the best linebackers ever. The best families in Ohio State history. You talk about Lorenzo. You talk about senior. You talk about junior. You see that picture of them graduating together, which I thought was absolutely awesome. Like the Styles have to be the ultimate Buckeye family. I mean, the only ones up there with them would be like the Herb Streaks and the Bosas.
Yeah, I mean, it's always amazing whenever you can not only play for Ohio State, but then raise your kids and they're good enough to carry on that torch. And then, like you said, getting to graduate with your kids, that's pretty amazing. So
yeah, and the fact that, Lorenzo Styles Sr. obviously didn't have to come, but man, he's just showing what type of person he is. Like, I'm going to get that degree, I'm going to finish, and I'm going to show my children, this is something you need to strive for, and education is important. I think that's ultimately awesome, as a parent. But getting to celebrate at the same time as your son is second to none in my book.
Absolutely.
Andre Green, we got something. The 2025 college football season, he's writing a book, is almost here. Andre Green from the locker room. Hey, our locker room comment section is always called the locker room. So get in there. We'll always read it if it's decent and if there's enough time to read it. Yeah. So the college football season is almost here. I'm excited for football, like I'm sure you are. Other than Jeremiah Smith, I think there are other Buckeyes who are ready for a breakout season. You think there is? There absolutely is. I mean, James Peoples is ready for one. CJ Donaldson is ready for one. K-Mac is ready for one. Brandon Ennis, I think, is kind of underlooked. Carnell Tate gets enough. I think he gets enough publicity. Who else?
Arvell Reese.
Arvell Reese, Bo Atkinson, I think, is one that is really going to pop. Kenyatta Jackson's really going to pop. This defense is not going to be a weakness. We lost 8 guys to the NFL, 3 returning starters, and this defense might be better than last year.
I would not be surprised at all. I mean, these linebackers, you've already touched on it. Some of these guys are so physically. Look at Riley Pettijohn. He's a freshman.
Oh, man.
That is a huge human being.
Oh, yeah. And Devin Sanchez, man. Woo. I mean, he looks the part out there. You're like, that's a big cornerback. That is a big cornerback, man. You don't want to get hit by him. He looks like a linebacker.
Yeah. Coach Mick is doing his job, I'd say.
Coach Mick is doing his job. I think all of the coaches are doing their job recruiting, man.
Oh,
but
100%.
yeah, Andre Green, we're excited, dude. If there's anyone else that you want to throw up there that you think, Max Clare, I talked about this before 100 times. I've heard a lot of people talk about those seam routes that they're going to run, and then, wide receivers going out to the side, whatever, and then Max Clare runs up the center. Yeah, he's going to do that. But you also run off everyone, do those deep crosses, and then he runs underneath. A lot like you saw with Mylan Graham in the spring game and the student appreciation practices. Wow, dude. Getting him running underneath. Who's guarding him? Who are you going to guard him with? You want to guard him with a linebacker? All right, go ahead, because he's one of the best, if not the best, receiving tight end in the nation.
The luxury of adding a tight end who, I mean, we've had great tight ends in the past. We've had Cade Stover. He was awesome. Jeremy Ruckert was awesome. But adding such a versatile tight end in Max Clare to this offense, it's unfair. I mean, Smith, pick your poison, really is.
Yeah, what defense do you want to run? It doesn't matter.
Right.
You're going to get burnt. As long as there's a quarterback to get them the ball, which is another subject I think there is. I mean, there's 2. They're battling out. And, went back and kind of was watching that. Ryan Day says, if they protect the ball and do the routine plays routinely, this is going to go down to the last possible second to see who's going to win it. And I thought that was interesting because it seems like they're both going to get a chance.
It certainly feels like, based on what Day has been saying, that, Lincoln has just as much of a chance as Sand does, even though I think some people expected Sand to come in and just, since he was a transfer, run away with the job.
Take it over. Yeah. I mean, he's the younger guy. He hasn't been in the system as long, but, Day says he's smart. He throws a really good ball. But Lincoln's got that other added advantage, his ability to take over. He won 4 state titles. Dude doesn't know how to lose. So a lot of people did bring up that Cotton Bowl. He was like, that was so long ago. It was 3 years ago. I don't even really know. I was just trying to help my team. I wasn't prepared. Yada, yada, yada. Like, that's not even a fair question to ask anymore. That's not a fair observation. He wasn't supposed to play. It just happened that he had to.
I can't think of a worse game to evaluate somebody off of than that game. There were so many things that went wrong for Keen Holes. It wasn't his fault.
No one wanted to be there, first of all. I mean, that's an excuse. But it's true that, that is not like an Ohio State type of game, right?
No, nobody wanted to be there. So
anyway, Doug Shepard from the locker room, first official member of the locker room. Doug Shepard, always there, always making comments, always giving us the stats. Doug Shepard Sr. says every year the offseason seems to get shorter and shorter, and that's a definition of us just getting old, man. You just, as years go by, things get faster and faster and faster. People grow up quicker. It's just the way it is. When you're a young kid, you're like, oh man, this year's taking forever. I can't wait to be 18. I can't wait to be 21. I can't wait to, get a full-time job. It happens quick, man. Life comes at you quick. And next thing you know, hey, here we are, a little bit later and just waiting for football season to start again. This is happening every year. I can't wait, man. It's here. Like everyone's talking Texas. Everyone's talking Texas. Number 1, number 2 in the shoe. They got to make those t-shirts again. 1 versus 2 in the shoe. I never got that, back in 2006, 1 versus 2 in the shoe, Ohio State, Michigan. Second to none. 3:30 Michigan kickoff, which would have been a lot better for Texas too, but didn't get that.
Unfortunately, nope. The big
I had Lincoln Keenholz, high school head coach, on last night, and he was talking about how he doesn't know that he can get to the game. Like he's got to fly in from South Dakota. I think he said the last flight or the first flight leaves at 6. So he's got to fly to Denver, then fly a flight from Denver to Columbus. And it's like, he doesn't know if he can make it in time.
That's the killer with these games. It's not just coaches, it's recruits.
Yeah. And if he's having that much trouble from South Dakota, anywhere else in the nation, are you going to make it from California? No. You're not going to make it from California. Are you going to make it from Washington? Any of those West Coast? Are you going to make it from Texas? Who knows?
Right. Brady Edmonds, California, for example.
Yeah.
He's committed, but he wants to go on a visit. Is he going to be able
Absolutely.
to play a game, and then be able to come to Ohio State the very next day? That's what Big Noon does.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many problems with it beyond that, but that's adding fuel to the fire.
For sure. And I hate to be critical of Big Noon. I hate to be critical of Fox, but man, you got to let us have some night games, man. You're destroying Buckeye Nation. We saw what it was like against Tennessee, and it took ESPN doing it for us to have a night game that mattered, that was electric, to have a drone show that was prepared for way in advance, because we never got these night games, and we're going to get a, second-rate night game this year again, like we have before.
And we're locked into that contract. We're locked into that contract until 2030.
And it's only Ohio State, like 28 big noon kickoff games, I think it was, where in the next highest had like 14. I don't know the exact stats on that, so don't quote me. But let's get back to AZ Buckeye. What do you guys think will be the it factor for Ohio State versus Texas? I'll start with you. You got an it factor, or you want me to go?
It's who do you think?
Oh, who do you think will be the? Well, go ahead. I mean, this is the obvious one.
I'm gonna go with my guy number 4. I mean, it's well, obviously quarterback. Obviously, quarterback.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
but
you gotta have a guy getting it there.
I think that you could put anybody out there, and as long as 4 is out there, you're gonna have success. But
you saw that highlight Ohio State put out, right? Where he was down, I think it was, who was guarded? Bryce West, maybe. Great position. And they slow-moed it down. He reaches around behind the dude, grabs it with one arm, like all the way around him, pulls that ball in. With just Jeremiah being Jeremiah. Dude,
that was incredible defense. Incredible defense. Great coverage. There's nothing else you can do.
Nothing you can do. JJ's just JJ, man. And they're like, to have JJ out there, to have Brandon Ennis out there, to have Carnell Tate out there, to have Max Clare behind them, to have Mylan Graham waiting, and these guys, it's just amazing, absolutely amazing to see. Man, I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know how a defense is going to stop this wide receiver crew, this tight end crew, because the tight ends are the best in the nation too. I'm trying to find the weakness.
And the run game.
I'm trying to find the weakness. Yeah. I guess the biggest weakness is quarterback, because that's unknown, right? And how do you solve that? You have a great offensive line, which we do.
Right.
Protects. You have good protecting running backs, hard running running backs. Got that. And great wide receivers. You make it easy.
Right.
I mean, you could run slants, screens, and short passes, curls all day long, and still win the game. And you don't even have to take a couple deep balls.
Right. Because I love how Coach Locklyn, his emphasis on not just being a running back, but you have to be able to block. You have to be able to catch passes, you know. I think that really pays dividends for this team. And look at a guy like TreVeyon Henderson, who I thought grew immensely in the blocking game. And I think that'll pay dividends for us this year.
So go back to that actual question. I thought it was going to be the quarterback. You got to have a quarterback protecting the ball, making the routine plays routinely, like Ryan Day likes to say. Always, in any game, the turnover factor can sway it one way or another easily. So I think what you're going to look at is the pressure that Ohio State's defensive line can get on Arch Manning, because I think that their offensive line has a little bit of question marks. And then how do we get the balls to the wide receiver? Are we going to turn over the ball? I don't think Arch will turn the ball over a lot unless he gets a lot of pressure from our defensive line. A lot of hurries. It doesn't even have to be sacks, just the hurries that you get are what count.
Right. If K-Mac and Edric can come through and get to Arch, he's going to panic, and he's going to do what a first-time starter, not that he hasn't started in games, but or hasn't appeared in games, but he's going to do what anybody else would do, and he's going to panic. And
what he hasn't appeared in? He hasn't appeared in a hostile environment like the shoe. He has not been on the road against a quality team. Hasn't played a quality team even yet. So there's a lot that he needs to prove too. If you go out and put Sane or Keenholz against the Purdue's of the world, you're going to see some good stats, and there's going to be a lot of hype, right?
Right.
That's just the way it is. And it's not even that. I can't remember who it was that Eli Manning played against, but it was some nobody teams last year. 3 weeks away. 3 weeks from tomorrow is the showdown at the shoe. Go Buckeyes. Man, hey, Andre, you're getting me pumped up. And just for that, I'm going to show you how pumped up I was today. I got to get a little bit of Carlos Locklyn love in here, man, because that was absolutely amazing. I made a comment. I was like, just pour out my afternoon coffee. I don't need it anymore. I'm so jacked up. I don't need any caffeine. This dude got me going, and man, I can realize why that running back room has been so good under him. Man, I'm glad to get him. Glad that we have him as a coach. So let's pull it up. Did you see that? Was that on?
No, I didn't see anything.
Oh, man. We'll do it again. Why? It's not going to hurt anything. Did you hear it?
No.
All right, here we go. Sorry.
There we go.
Big pause.
I'm not trying to be your best friend. If you want to be my friend, guess how you be my friend? Make plays. Do your job. We can be best friends all day then. You told me you wanted to become the best running back. You want to be developed. Well, guess what? That takes me having tough love sometimes. That takes me have to get at you sometimes. I'm not going to cheat you because I damn sure I'm going to cheat myself. I'm going to go at you. So that's where that comes from. So I can't demonstrate it. It ain't like it's an act. It's just when I'm out there on the field, I am going at my kids.
Have you ever done anything, said anything to somebody and thought, maybe I went though?
Yeah, they asked if he ever said too much or said something that he regrets. He was like, no. If I said it, I meant it. That was the answer to that last question, which was awesome too. I got a good laugh out of everyone that was there. The dude's serious. The dude knows how to teach people, not only just the game of football, but life lessons. And it is absolutely a thrill to watch the man talk. Man, I wish he was my coach, man. I really wish he was my coach. That fun to watch. Let's get to this, and then we'll talk about Locklyn. We've got a question from the locker room. All right, John. Arch has been practicing against pro DBs since the 8th grade. I think he will be all right. Yeah, we'll see. All right. It's a little different to throw balls out, one-on-one than actually when you're under fire in a environment that is hostile. And yeah, he probably will be all right, but you don't know that yet. No one knows that yet till the lights come on, which they won't be because it's going to be at noon, and you're in front of 100,000 people cheering against you, because those fans now are trying to earn that Buckeye leaf, man.
Yep.
But I get your point. Yeah, I mean, he's been born and bred to do this job, right? He's a Manning, and he probably will be awesome. But he's also a first-time starter in a hostile environment. We'll see. I mean, there's been people that have done it. You go back and look at Barkley from USC when he came in and won as a freshman. That was an all-time team. And I'm not saying that Texas can't be an all-time team, because they could, absolutely. We'll see. You're only as good as your offensive line in most cases as a quarterback, and offensive line is a question. So our defensive line is pretty damn good, man. Go back and watch K-Mac. All right. I'm pretty sure K-Mac was not running at him when he was throwing to these NFL or against these NFL DBs.
Yeah, 100%. It's a completely different game, just from doing it in practice, but also in the environment that you have to play in. So, yeah.
Dude, Andre's getting in on here, man. Coach Locklyn is awesome. I'm 58 years old, and I want to play for this guy. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. I would run through the wall right now. Like, I'm ready to do it. Take this headgear off. Let's go. Man, fun to watch, man. Fun to watch. And not only that, but we'll talk about, before we got on here, we were talking about some of the life lessons that Locklyn was talking about. And you actually brought that up, and I was like, yeah, man, that was pretty sweet. I kind of wrote it down. I don't want to steal your thunder. So if you want it, go for it, man.
No, go ahead.
All right. Well, he said, I don't want to just talk football with these guys. I'm doing them a disservice. It's a failure if I only talk about football, because, one day that football is going to go flat. It's over. At some point you need to learn those life lessons. And if I teach them only like pass blocking, counter, and power, I failed. You got to teach the man. And he actually said the tools to be a faithful man, to be a husband, and to be a father, to be a productive citizen. And, that really hit home, because, these guys are still as big as they may be, as much as a 58-year-old man, a 43-year-old man, an 18-year-old want to talk Buckeye football. These are still kids, man. Still kids that need to learn those life lessons that will stay with them for the rest of their lives. And Carlos Locklyn is like, yo, I'm going to be that guy to teach you that. It resonates well, man. Resonates real well.
That's a guy that a lot of people want to play for. And I can't say enough good things about what Locklyn has brought to this culture and what it means to be a Buckeye. And I think that he wants the best out of his players, but he also wants the best out of the young men that he is trying to coach.
Yeah, it's like a father figure, head coach, or not head coach, position coach at the same time, man. It was
Absolutely.
Really cool to hear him talk, really motivating. And dude, man, he gets after it. He did say he doesn't cuss at his players. He says, damn, and he'll say, boy. So it really is interesting. These coaches have kind of that faith background, and the players have the faith background. Right. James Peoples today said something, made a faith comment, and I was like, man, that's my boy. That's my boy. I like Peoples a lot. I like listening to him talk. He's, I like that Ohio connection he has. His parents were Buckeye fans and still are Buckeye fans, even more so probably now.
Yeah.
But being from Texas, coming into Ohio, I love that. Those guys always shine, man.
Yeah. I think that when you look at some of the guys that we've brought in from Texas, I mean, Devin Sanchez, he's from Texas, right? And Riley Pettijohn. I love
Peyton Pierce.
Peyton Pierce, yes. The fact that we can recruit that area so well is obviously huge, but
Ethan Onyamla.
He's from Texas. Okay, I didn't know that.
He's from Katy, Texas. Yeah, he went to Rice, which is also in Texas.
Okay.
Yeah,
But yeah,
big boy.
I keep bringing the Texans.
Yeah, as much as we can. I mean, you go back like Dobbins.
Yeah. Yep.
Great player from Texas. You go back JT Barrett, great player from Texas. Everyone that comes in from Texas seems to be a stud.
Yeah.
And they're all around. Akuda, Texas. And
yep.
It goes on and on. These boys that come in from Texas do well at Ohio State. I like to see. Of course, you have the South Florida guys that ball out. I mean, they ball out everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That's a different story. A topic for another day. Anything else that you kind of saw today? From any of the interviews you thought were interesting.
Just what we touched on. I mean, I love what Coach Locklyn's doing. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he's a guy that commands respect because he's so careful about what he says, and he's gonna bring a lot to this team. And
remember that humble comment? You mentioned that humble comment. You brought it up to me, and I was like, yeah, I wrote that down. It was at 1 minute and 30 seconds into his video. Bring that up.
Yeah, he said, if you don't humble yourself, I'm going to humble you. And
oh man, I love it.
I think
that's a great quote.
That's huge. I mean, you have a guy that he wants to make sure that you and him are on the same page and same mentality so that you can win, but not only, on the field, but off the field. That's huge.
Absolutely. I think that Sonic thing is going to stick. That Sonic and Knuckles, like you said, Buckeye Nation will make something out of that. Someone's going to dress up, probably all the time. They're going to be waving the towel. I talked a little bit about it last night, but I want to hear what your thoughts. Did you hear about all the new changes they're going to make?
I did, yes.
Okay. So you're going to have Brutus the Buckeye have his own entrance coming in. You're going to have a celebrity ringing the victory bell before the game to try to get that crowd hyped up. The crowd is going to have a chance to earn a Buckeye leaf by being rowdy on third down and being loud enough to cause a false start, which I think is awesome. The more you get the crowd involved in it, the better. They're going to play that camp song, Ohio, which I haven't listened to yet. I got to do that. Someone remind me to do that. I need to set an alarm or something because I haven't listened to it yet. I want to check that out.
I haven't listened to the full version, but yeah, I heard the little snippet that Ohio State posted, but I love it. I mean, when you're on Big Noon, there's not really a whole lot that you can do.
Mm-hmm. You're going to have to do something, man. You got to get that crowd involved. I mean, they always do for Michigan. And that's always noon. Yeah. So there, it's possible. There's just always a little something extra special with Michigan. And I think Texas is going to draw that because, 1 versus 2, first game of the season.
Right.
You have a problem to get pumped up for that. If you don't, then you're dead.
I think there's nothing better than a night environment, but
absolutely.
Whenever you can't have that, you got to do everything you can as a coach, as an athletic director to bring the juice. And I think that Ross Bjork is trying to do that. And I think
trying to do it. Good.
He's going to do a good job with that. So
yeah.
I love all the ideas that he's coming up with. I think people were worried about some of the traditions that he was playing with. He's not taking anything away. He's just trying to add to it.
Absolutely. And the fact that he said, all right, someone asked, who's your dream celebrity to get that first ring of the bell? And he was like, Archie Griffin. He's 100%. One of one. I was like, so come on, man. He's not losing any tradition. He's adding to it. I mean, you get Archie Griffin out there to get the crowd pumped up. There's not much better than the 2-time Heisman winner at Ohio State. The only one. I mean, only one. Get him out there ringing the bell. Get him going. And you know who's next in line? Probably LeBron James, right?
Yeah.
Bring the dude in. Let him ring the bell.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean,
any former player, any former player
would do well.
Guys that have
Tressel would be a good one.
Tress would be awesome.
He's on the list. Meyer, Herb, get him out there.
He would do it, yeah.
I'm trying to think of some more guys that would be real fun. Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Always would be a good one to get out there. I mean, sure, he's going to be one eventually. I don't know that they're going to do it every game. I didn't hear about that, but
I'm not sure.
What we do need to talk about is scrimmage tomorrow. There's going to be Ohio State inter-squad scrimmage, so hopefully we get some news on that. I don't know how accessible that news will be, but hopefully we get something to know what's going on and kind of get an ear for, you know, how the quarterbacks did, how the offensive line did, how the defensive line did, who stood out. So keep your eyes open for that. Keep your ears open for that, because that's really what makes or breaks who's going to be the starters. These couple of scrimmages they have in the next week of practice and leading up to the game, man, because it's right around the corner. Holy crap, man! 3 weeks from tomorrow.
When do you think that he's going to name one?
I would imagine that it's somewhere like August 18th to 20th range.
Okay.
Yeah, so that you have a starter the week before. Yeah, it's possible that he doesn't, and they alternate reps, which,
yeah,
I don't know if I like or dislike that. You can do it the right way as long as you got the locker room behind, taking that. And I don't think Day would make that decision if the locker room wasn't okay with it.
Right. He did that with Brown and McCord for 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But they didn't start off with Texas on board.
Right. Yeah. No. But I wouldn't put it behind Day to do something like that.
I think if he does, like, obviously he's been a quarterback. He talked about that battle earlier this week on Tuesday. He talked about, when he was going up against his best friend in college, who ended up, you want to hate the guy at first, but then you realize, I've spent so much time around this guy. He ends up being one of my best friends. And that's how the quarterback room has to be. These guys are hanging out together. They're pushing each other to be better. The whole team's really like that. The iron sharpens iron. So if you're, backup quarterback, whoever that's going to be, is almost as good as you are, that's pushing you to get better, because you're going to lose that
100%.
job. I mean, this is a fight every single day for the job. And like Locklyn said today, like, they're asking him about, are you going to have like that 1-2 punch? Is that what you want to have this year? He's got, I don't know why you guys are bringing this up. I got 6 guys. They're all fighting for the job. Like, no one's earned anything yet. You got to show me.
Yeah, to me, that was one of the more interesting things that he brought up. That tells me that it's a clean slate whenever you come here. What Donaldson did at West Virginia, it doesn't matter.
Someone asked him about, go ahead, keep going.
What Peoples did in high school doesn't matter. I think that's a great mentality as a coach.
Yeah, they were asking like how he would be, maybe, get a little bit more openings or have more availability to do better things here than he did in West Virginia. Carlos Locke was like, I don't know what they do in Morgantown, but here they're taught to block well and run to daylight. It doesn't matter how big the hole is. They better find a way through it or someone else will, basically. Awesome, dude. Dude, anytime I get the chance to sit down and listen to Locklyn, you better believe I'm going to make my way there.
He has quickly become one of my favorite coaches on the staff.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I can't get enough of it, man. I'm going to go watch that video after we get off here, to be honest with you. 2, 3, maybe 4 more times. And then I'm not going to sleep because I'm going to be so pumped up. I'm ready to go.
Heck yeah.
All right. Well, hey, it's been awesome. Cody, thank you for joining me at last minute notice, man. He was like, yeah, I'll jump on. I'll do a show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
I mean, absolutely, man. We'll definitely bring you back anytime we can. But just because of Locklyn and what he said, I was like, got to do a show, man. All right.
Yeah.
Got nothing better to do on a Friday night. So let's get on here, talk to some Buckeye backers. Thank you all for joining us. Go follow Cody.
Boomin Buckeyes Media.
No G. All right. Boomin Buckeyes Media. Go check him out on Twitter. He's always on there. All right.
Twitter and Instagram.
It does not cost you anything to get on YouTube right now, and boom, hit that subscribe. All right. Little behind on YouTube, and I need to catch up. So give me some love on YouTube for everyone out there in the locker room or listening today. Hey, like us, Buckeye backers, on any social media, anything that you get. If you want to listen to it on audio, it's on audio. Go download it. Help us out. All right. We want to keep bringing this to you, but we need your help. Check us out on Twitter, which is now X. Facebook's taken off. I don't have to worry about Facebook. It just keeps, people keep following. So that's going to trend in the right direction always. Anyway, Buckeyes in 3 weeks, man. 3 weeks from tomorrow. God bless everyone. Have a wonderful evening. And Buckeye backers, we're going to peace out, man. Have a good evening.